Welcome to our Spelling Netcast. Make sure you are prepared with a zip top bag, scissors for cutting out words, a pencil for writing the words, glue if you need it, a notebook to write your sorts in, and of course, spelling words. All right, let's get started by cutting out our words. Make sure you keep that top set so that we can do a little thing with that. I'll show you that in a minute. But go ahead and cut out your words. Make sure that you've got them. You can get rid of your old words if you need to. They don't have to be cut out perfect, but you need to have them cut out so that they're easy to manage. So I would encourage you to cut them on the line or as close to the line as you can. All right, I usually cut them into threes, and then I cut them into threes, and then I put them on top of each other, and I usually just cut them out like this. So there's our tops, there's our exemplars right there. Then I've got those words, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I got all my words right there. All right, so what we're going to do first, though, is we're going to take our words, our sort name, and you can either write it on the top, but I like to glue it. So I'm going to take my glue, and I'm going to glue that on the top. That way I've got my sort. We're going to talk Latin roots. We're going to talk about gen. We're going to talk about mort. I wonder who gen is. I wonder who mort is. I guess we'll find out, won't we? So let's move some of these words around, find out. There they are. We got bio. We're going to put bio over here. We've got mort right there. And then we've got gen. So these are all the roots of our words. So if I pull these down a little bit, I'm going to leave one line because we're going to write out what they mean. So I'm going to put gen, mort, and bio. Then you can take those exemplars and you can put them off to the side. You can even, if you want, put them in your Ziploc bag that you need to keep for later use. We're going to underline these, and let's see what we got. Now, remember, we're going to practice this. I want you to say the word aloud. I want you to make each sound in the word and then write it. Okay? Got it? The better we come at spelling, the better readers and writers we will be. So make sure you write everything I write. All right, what we're doing today is we're going to talk about gen, and gen means birth or beginning. I'm going to write that right over the top. So this is actually two different things. So it's kind of a beginning. So gen is birth or beginning. So let's look at one of our words here that we've got. I think the first one we're going to look at is, let's see if we can find it. Oh, genetic. Genetic. Interesting. Genetic. 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 Wow. Genetic. Genetic, gen is beginning. So gene is actually refers to the beginning. Kind of like, heredity. Gene, so it's genetic. Interesting, interesting. All right, so let's look at another word we've got. We've got, let me find it. There it is. Generic. Ooh, that's kind of an interesting word because generic doesn't really mean beginning. So generic, what happened is it's actually been extended or made a little bit different to where gen doesn't mean beginning or birth in this word. What it means is kind. So we're going to put that in parentheses right here. Kind. So it's a kind of thing. And so generic refers to a general category. Could be just general. Okay? And that's what general kind of means, is generic or kind. All right? But another one we have is genre, which means kind. Oops. Notice how I spelled that wrong? Make sure if you spell these wrong, you change it. Okay? G-E-N-R-E. Genre. Genre. It's a little bit said a little bit different also. Genre is a kind of book, a kind of music, a type of literature, art. So that would be genre. Okay? But most of the gen that you're going to talk about today is beginning or birth. So if we talk Genesis, the genesis of an idea or an event is the beginning, the very beginning. All right? Okay. So you'll be able to finish those out a little bit later. All right, so on the next one we're going to look at is mort. So let's talk about mortal. Mortal. Mort. What does mortal mean? Mortal is somebody that eventually will die. So mort means death. Ooh, interesting. So mortal means they're going to die. And so when we look at immortal, I-M-M-O-R-T-A-L, immortal, that means they're not going to die. So mort is death. Mortal is will die. Immortal is not going to die. But there's another word. We have kind of a crazy language. But let's look at mortified. Mortified. If you are mortified, that means that you probably wish you could die. If you're mortified that something is happening, you probably don't like it enough that you don't want to be there at all. That's mortified. All right? But there's one word. Let me see if I can find it in our mort. Oh, here you go. Mortgage. And mortgage, this one's interesting because this really isn't death. It doesn't really have a connection to death. But the word gauge, which I'm going to circle, gauge means to pledge. That means you're agreeing to something. A mortgage is what you pay on your house. You pledge you're going to pay for your monthly for your house. But, we kind of are responsible for mortgage payments even after we die. So maybe that's why it is. I'm not sure. That's kind of interesting. All right. Bio. Bio means life. So we've got beginning and birth, we've got life, and then we have death. So if we're talking about biology, biology is the study of life, right? So ology means the study of, but bio is life. And so when we look at biography, we're talking about a story, a graph of somebody's life. Biography. All right? All right, so there's your lesson. What I need you to do now is complete the sort, read the words, spell the word, writing it in the correct sort, and think about what those words mean as you go through it. How do they relate to being in the beginning or birth? How do they relate to death? How do they relate to life? So there's our sorts, our Latin roots, gen, mort, and bio. All right? Finish that out. Make sure you have that ready on Wednesday. Don't forget to do your sorts for Tuesday night. All right? Okay. Have a great day. Oh, once you're finished, get all your words, put them all together, and put them in your zip top bag. That way you can put them on the refrigerator, put them somewhere so you can keep them for later. You need these words every night. They should be out, and you should be sorting and laying and say them. All right, have a good night. See ya. Bye. All right, remember when you're done, take all your words, collect them, put them in your zip top bag, put them for safekeeping somewhere, refrigerator, in your book, somewhere. Don't bring them back to school. Keep them at home so you don't forget them. Okay, see ya.